Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You know, it just throws me for a loop when people sit in the wrong place. It is. It just kind of throws me all off kilter. So, how's everybody this morning? Good, good. Janice is home, not feeling well. Actually, she talked. She had a class Thursday night. She had a class Friday night, and then all day yesterday. And she came home and she was okay but tired. And then this morning, she is so swollen she can hardly talk. Sounds terrible. We hope it's just being strained. But it's probably not a good idea that she came. So there you go. But that's okay. We're okay because we have a guest speaker today. So it's okay. We do. Yeah. We do have a couple of patron saints, George Carlin and John Lennon. And George, at a formal dinner party, the person nearest death should always be seated closest to the bathroom. It doesn't have to be funny, it's George. You have to wait, what? What? Yeah, yeah. Doesn't have to understand what he means. And a quote by John Lennon on society, war, and insanity. Our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, and I think I'm liable to be put away as insane for expressing that. That's what insane about it.
All right. He's been talking to George.
These are yeah, he's been talking to George. That's a good point. Good point. Morning. The tragedy of life is not so much that men suffer, but rather what they miss. And old Aristotle, he was a smart guy too. He was a little bit before our time. Well begun is half done. Finish the projects. Yeah, yeah. You're going to Mexico, aren't you? Cool, cool. We won't tell anybody.
Yeah, right.
So, few articles of clothing have climbed to the heights of popularity once enjoyed by the shirtwaist. Remember those ruffly things that women wore for like 100 years? They washed them in between, but 100 years they washed them. So, largely handmade in frilly styles and often stiffly starched, the garment was a trademark of American womanhood for more than a generation. As late as 1911, hundreds of New York loft buildings were filled with girls making shirtwaists. Shirtwaists, yeah, they actually had a name. So, nobody's very impressed with any of this stuff this morning either. Just, well, they all seem to be the same vein. It's like, Francis, I like this one. I knew part of it, of course, but I didn't know the other part. Francis Scott Key wrote the poem, The Star-Spangled Banner, during the War of 1812. The poem attained wide popularity when sung to the tune of To Anacreon in Heaven, a traditional British drinking song. It was officially named U.S. national anthem in 1931.
So how's the other song
So
going?
the tune was to a drinking song.
It's a drinking song, yeah. A British drinking song. So, I have no idea, but it sounds like our national anthem. Isn't that? I think that was just wonderful. So we could change the words and it would be just fine. Yeah, actually, I bet if you looked up to Creon in Heaven in the on Google or something, you'd come up with the words. That would be fun. Children's logic, yes. Give me a sentence about a public servant, said a teacher. The small boy wrote, the fireman came down the ladder pregnant. The teacher took the boy aside to correct him. Don't you know what pregnant means, she asked. Sure, said the boy, confidently. It means carrying a child. There you go. That makes sense. Pierre, you have something to say?
Yeah.
Here, 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 here.
Okay,
People in the back can't hear you.
thanks. Just wanted to share with you this upcoming DVD presentation that we're going to have this coming Saturday. And just to share with you a little bit about it, Patanjali, a famous Indian guru in the year about 500 BC, described our physical bodies as being really good instruments for doing our daily activities. But he also stated that it was an excellent instrument for metaphysical studies and for metaphysical upliftment. And to that end, John Van Auken, who is the presenter on this DVD, will describe two different meditation techniques. The first one is a Hindu technique, and the second one was described by Edgar Cayce as being something that would really provide folks with a way of getting to the higher levels of consciousness. It's a two-step process. The first step, he describes awakening and charging your chakra systems. The second step describes how to open your heart and your mind. And through these processes, then, you will be able to uplift your conscious daily self to the higher levels of consciousness so that it will become closer to your higher self. It's a very interesting DVD. We might even be able to share a second DVD about that same subject. Anyhow, just wanted to let you all know about this so that if you're interested, please join us here. Thank you.
Thank you, Pierre. Next Saturday, 1 to 4, ARE meditation. That's what it says on there, anyway. So it must be right. If it's on the calendar, it must be right.
So when's the chili cook-off?
Actually, thank you for asking. I was going to tell you that. The chili cook-off is next Sunday, and Val's not here. Can anybody else talk about that? Because Val's not here?
Yeah, we're having chili. Yeah. Next week, December.
Cool. Thank you. So, I don't know. I don't even know anything about it. Other than I'm going to come and eat. So, the chili will be full of beans, just like me. So, Mind Shifters on Wednesday night. You guys, you were here. What are you doing? Throw me off. Gee. Next time I turn around, you're going to be over there somewhere. Oh, no. I don't want that to happen. Anything else going on this week I should know about? No? Okay, okay. 3 boys in the schoolyard bragging about their fathers. The first boy says, my dad scribbles a few words on a piece of paper. He calls it a poem and they give him $50. Second boy says, that's nothing. My dad describes a few words on a piece of paper, calls it a song, and they give him $100. Third boy, I got you both beat. My dad scribbles a few words on a piece of paper, calls it a sermon, and it takes 8 people to collect the money. So. Ha ha. Hey, let's sing a song. We're going to do one that we haven't done in quite some time. It's called The Rose. Some of you obviously know it. If you see on the back window, it's got a picture of a rose on it and a saying underneath. That was from Andrea. She passed away. Let's see, the church will be 16 years old next month. So she probably passed away like over 15 years ago. Something like that. Hard to believe, isn't it? So, but that was kind of her saying back there, and she loved this song, so we always think about her. How nice. Nice lady.